Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Sunday, April the 30th, 2023, and I wanted to provide an update about my miraculous transformation. So I went to Big Bend National Park for 7 days, and I reduced my weight from 252.2 to 241.6, and that's a weight loss of over 10 pounds in just 7 days. I know it's, Friday to Friday is basically theoretically 8 calendar days, but I wasn't able to weigh in until the time frame when I got back. I wasn't weighing in every day in Big Bend National Park. I didn't have a scale with me, and I've got to say, when I mention that nature is nurture, and when I accomplish the things that I've accomplished in nature that seem to me transformative, a lot of what I say is backed up by evidence. It's reflected in the actual results. So when I was in school way back when, we had to show our work to have the results counted as something that were viable. And so as I continue to show my work, show the results of what it is that I'm doing, I hope that you consider that maybe if you're struggling through some kind of health adversities, that maybe nature can nurture you back as well. Now, right now I'm back in San Antonio, and I wasn't really sure if I was going to be here. I still don't know what my time frame being here is. Isn't that the mystery of life? We don't know what our time frame is. We don't know when we're going to cash that last check. But that's kind of the mystery of all of it that keeps us being the sleuths that we are. I don't really want to solve the mystery of life. I just want to participate in the mystery of life. And just to give you a little story right now, there were a few transactions that I had completed, including one last year itself, where I finally had a resolution to some of the outstanding issues that were tied to another situation where somebody was possibly incorporating some negative energy into that situation. And I know for most people, it can all seem like coincidence, what happened. In my particular case, I earned some Jeep Badge of Honor badges after a trip. And normally those things would come in within a few months. For some reason, this particular round of badges came in a whole year after the fact. And I was waiting for 4 different badges, and 2 of them were received just before, like the day before I embarked on this journey, and 2 of them, the remaining 2, were received on the day after I returned from that journey. So in more recent times, I acquired a guitar, and I've had such interesting challenges corresponding with the seller of this guitar about some of the situations that I have observed and reported back to the seller. The seller got really defensive, quite upset, and has made it so once again there's this, what all of us would call, negative energy tied to the circumstance. If you if you lived in a situation where you were married to somebody who was abusive and their number one trait was, let's just say for an example, collecting rhinoceros figures. I'm just making things up at this point. And if they, for whatever reason, were not welcome in your home, or if you were able to remove that circumstance from your home, and for whatever reason it's kind of like this. There was some person behind me that was trying to pass me really fast as we were approaching a red light, and they couldn't pass me. So for whatever reason, they got pretty upset and anxious. And it's not because of any doing of my own. I happened to get ready, get in the car, and leave the house before the other person, and so I was first in line. It's not your fault when you're first in line. It's not your fault when somebody gets upset at you because they are feeling insecure or not as confident about the transaction that they're selling to you. It's your fault if you don't speak up. And so in this particular case, I've continued to refuse the negative energy. I've continued to put in the work. It's about 6:45 today, and the sun sets at 8:09 p.m. My long run is scheduled for today, so I get to run for over an hour. So I'm running as the temperatures are cooling off, even though it's 88 degrees outside, and I'm feeling good. You know, I'm doing everything I can as a child of God in this world to enjoy what it is that I'm doing and to reinvigorate the health that has previously been systematically stolen from me, possibly because I was too timid to speak up in the past. So now that I'm calling in all debts, and now that I'm actually explaining my boundaries, all I can do is notice the positive results over and over. So for those of you who are joining and helping to encourage these positive results, thank you so much. Oh, I'm looking forward to this run. There's been plenty of rain over here, and so it looks like there's all kinds of stuff all over the place. There could be mosquitoes that I need to outrun. I mean, I don't know what to expect. What I do know is that I expect to succeed because that's what my intention is. I expect to make my goal. And my goal is, again, to enjoy this time frame that I have. And so I'm investing in my health. I'm investing in my health because health is wealth, and there is no workaround for doing the work that's required to safeguard our own health, our own wealth. So if you've got some kind of struggles with your legs, you might want to try to get some burrow spring upgrades and put in a couple of steps. Try to enjoy some physical activity instead of just trying to cover the symptoms with pills. Pills are never going to solve or resolve the situation. Pills mask a symptom for an illness. That's just the way it is. So I'm negotiating my way into a tight parking spot quite successfully, so that I can start and finish my extended run today, to put in the work that I was telling you that I'm putting in. I was able to correspond with the person who was angry at me for asking questions about an item they sent to me, and now I'm just going to do like I can do with everything that I can't control at that moment. know? If I can't control it, why would I worry about it? And in fact, if it's part of the worldly process, and that's all it has value, that's all the value is that it has, why would I worry about it? My interests are in the everlasting rewards, in the kingdom of the afterlife, and that's what I'm working towards. If you are as well, I hope that you're subscribing to this channel. I hope that you're clicking on the thumbs up. I hope that you're enjoying the demonstration of health recovery. That's what this channel is about. I've got my reusable portable container with water, and water is life. You know, if we don't treat even the water that we're drinking with the respect that it deserves, maybe we've overlooked some of the lessons of the peacemaker that said, take this and eat from it, this is my body. Take this and drink from it, this is my blood. To have that kind of understanding and awareness that everything we're consuming should be revered is something worth talking about. So if you agree, don't forget, share the video, click on the description so you can see. I'll try to put in as much detail I can about the weight loss that I've experienced. I'll put in as much detail as I can about the overall health benefits that I've experienced from just 7 days in nature. And I'll also, at the very end of this video, probably right up here or right down here, link to day 1 of what it is that I'm talking about so that you can see. And then you can also understand that if nature were just a little bit more pristine, the recovery process would be even faster. And so for that reason, I encourage you to consider not taking those one-time use disposable product options, because that's the only reason that they're still being sold, is because we are taking that trash into our own homes. We are funding those limited use experiences that do not benefit the children of the future. So until next time, thanks again for listening. Peace, love, and all that old school stuff.